listeners may find the following footage deeply disturbing. For more awesome content, like and subscribe now. Lock and load, bitches.
All right, I might be doing this all by myself this morning. Josh, what's up, man? Miss Peen, man, you're up early for the West Coast. YouTube mail message. YouTube just told me I was live. Yes. Since anybody else wants to play this morning. Oops, wrong one. Invite, copy. Start out 2025. Come play on the internet. That's what everybody said, right? I told everybody yesterday morning on Todd's show that if we lost yesterday, I wasn't going to be live today. That's so last year. Just out here trying to get ready. So, has anybody even thought about the fact that this is a new year and the most important thing about day one? So, what are your in the chat? Tell me, what do you think the most important thing ever about day one? I'll say hello while y'all tell me what it is. That 20 seconds. Morning, Mark, Chastity, Porcelain Princess, Jimmy D, Flip It Good. Right. So, what's the most important thing about today? Yes, it's the first of the year. Yes, there's lots of college football on, which I'll have playing over here, even though I'm participating against my will. Yeah. Lose 50 pounds. That's on my list, Harry. But I'm not starting that today. I'm starting that tomorrow, so it's not technically a New Year's resolution. It's the second. The most important thing is breakfast. Yeah, no, none of those are the right answer. For your business, one of the most important things I say for your business today is it's an easy place to have a starting point to take measurement of your business. So many straightening your halo. There's we always want to talk about results, and we want to be able to track our results, and the first of the year is the easiest place to start. It gives you a defined starting place. Most reports what you can run first of the year. Hold on a second. I'm gonna have to go over here to the YouTube side and hope that I didn't make Craig a monitor so I can put him in timeout. I put the link in there, Craig. You might as well. Oh, look. Put user in timeout for a minute. Craig, you're in timeout for a minute. You think about the evil of your ways. Damn it. Can't be having this kind of negativity first thing on the first. But it's a great place to start. Great place to really start looking ahead. Everybody thinks about the change and what you can do to change your business, but the most important thing about the first, it's a starting point. It's a measuring point to make all these changes. You need a base, and so it's easy to look back over the last year, last quarter, I already did. He's probably screaming at the screen for no reason. Damn it! He's gonna make me do that one for put user in timeout for a minute. See, I have to put both of them in timeout for a minute. There we go. It's so Chaz says submit New Year's Eve, getting our bookkeeping updated. So that's a great point, Chastity. So she's catching up last year, but in order to put things in place today that you can measure going forward. So one of my goals is to be better. I thought about this last year, and yeah, it didn't work out so great. I need to run monthly reports now that I'm doing my own accounting, so that I can profit and loss. So if you're not in John's Discord group, the link's in all his videos. If somebody's got it, throw it in the chat. But he's got a spreadsheet in there that I'm going to be using. Hey, Johnny, thanks for the raid, man. Appreciate it. Good morning to you. I would have said good morning, but I was trying to make a thumbnail this morning. I didn't come out here till 7:45. So yeah, I was still playing with the computer. I'm like, I guess I'll go live for an hour just to see what's up this morning. Um, but I want to. So his spreadsheet is going to help me out a lot. It's um, one of the things we've been talking about. He's been specifically John's been talking about his channel. He's not awake yet this morning, so I can tell what he's been talking about is to be a little more regiment in your day and to so that you have a defined time about when you do stuff. So his spreadsheet takes about 10 to 15 minutes, maybe max, depending on how many you sell, and just copy paste. And if you're good about, I sold this, I can go ahead and transfer the numbers over there to understand, what your days are, what your weeks are, what your month is, where your sales are coming from, what kind of profit you're making. Um, so it's something that I really want to take advantage of because I want to really, and I want to because I've got I've got a buying problem. I buy a lot of stuff. It's I really want to start refining my processes to understand um, is something worth it and really come up with minimum profit. I've always had minimum profit goals, um, but okay, so the green. it, it's one. I don't have a lot of long sleeve. I live in the South. I don't have a lot of long sleeve T-shirts, and today it's supposed to be. Right now, it's oops, it's 39. So, oh y'all, and it's gonna be windy. Y'all didn't get to see them. That was when it was sunny here. Yeah, they're already back under the electric blanket. It's in the. And this, are you in his Discord group? He actually sent me one because he had a different one to use for someone who has multiple stores. So since I plan on using, I'm probably going to go the way uh, of Primo and do 3 stores this year. And so he sent me a different one that tracked multiple stores, but it's in the Discord group. I've got it in an email in this. I'll send it to you on Facebook if I can remember. All right. You made it to the post-it pad, so maybe I'll remember. Is Craig back yet? Yes, 3 stores on eBay. That's my goal for the year. I really think that special. I've got an idea for just one store that'll have one item, something that I find easily and they're easy to list. The other thing is, I find too if I have a special, Johnny will help me some if I can give her a direction. And the easiest way for me to give her direction if I've got a store that only sells this, and so I can make a box full of these things and say we need to list these, and she'll come out here and take the pictures, and that's a real big help. Um, and because we both use iPhones, I've got shared everything shared from her phone. So you can have a picture folder that 2 people share to, and so I've made one of those so that she can come out here and take pictures with her own phone, and then they just drop into our on my computer. So iCloud uploads are a little slow, but since she's doing it and at whatever time she wants to do it, um, no, not big girl panties. God, that's another thing. I'm gonna get rid of big girl panties this year, even AT&T. So I use. So that's a tricky question, Mark. Which carrier? The main carrier is AT&T, but remember, I don't have either one of them over here. I have two. I have 3 phones. So the other 2 are both the older phones. One's Joni's old XS Max, and the other one is my Samsung Galaxy. And I can tell you why I like the Galaxy. I use the Galaxy just as much as this phone, and the Galaxy is 4 years old. US Mobile has a plan. If you bring your own phone, I think I pay $25 a month for those two phones, and they get. Damn, Craig's back. Behave this time, Craig. My emotions are still. It took me all night to get over it. Oh. The other old guy woke up this morning. What's up?
Howdy.
US Mobile, and so I, maybe it's $28. It's $10 a month for 10 gig, and then I added. I'm sorry, $10 a month for 2 gig. Then I added a second line, and I push it up to 10 gig. So those two phones together get 10 gigabytes of data, which I've never gone over in the first 6 months, and it's $28. That's include taxes. That's everything. Um, that's about as cheap as you can get. So if you're crazy and stream and do all that kind of stuff, you're going to go over. But this one's unlimited. So if I'm out and about, this phone here will run all the GPS. All my music runs through the iPhone because I've built playlists through iTunes. But that one, the other two phones, I've got one thrift store that only one phone works in. The Verizon phone. That's the other thing with US Mobile. Wish I had a link. I should get money for talking about them. I'm the worst affiliate person ever, by the way. So there you go. They you can choose based on your service area whether it's Verizon or T-Mobile or and they've now added AT&T. I don't need another AT&T phone. So basically, all three phones cover Verizon, T-Mobile, and AT&T. And I have one thrift store that only the Verizon works. Hey, Amy Lee, good morning. And so that's why I would generally be somewhere and I'll have all three phones with me. But I don't know how much attention y'all pay, but the van has like a flat part with the rubber piece on top of the console. I rarely take more than one phone inside. The other two I just leave laid on top of the console. It's way too confusing. Yeah, Jim, it's a shared photo album on. I use a MacBook Pro, and we both have iPhones, and so you can share up. Most of the things that you can do with an iPhone, you can do a shared where two people. It started with music, and that's been real interesting. So we always carry on about whose music we should listen. Joni and I used to have the same musical taste, and then I started listening to country, and she listened against her will, and she listened to a lot of this new music that just sucks. And so, so we made a car approved list, so we both of us can add or subtract to the car list. And so that's when we're going somewhere together. That's usually what we listen to, music that's a lot of 80s, a lot of 90s, a lot of 70s, and then mutually because what's the little what's his name, the little pretty boy that she likes, he's been around a while. I can't think of his name, but he's a real big singer. I just can't think of. He breaks on my nerves. I'm weird. I don't like a lot of female singers, and so that kind of eliminates a lot of her music because I don't. It's not good or bad. I just never have liked it. Bearded Grandma. I don't know where. Who was the bearded grandma? JT, Justin Timberlake. I don't like. She loves Justin Timberlake. I don't like Justin Timberlake. That's what I was thinking about.
Didn't he kind of go all rap and stuff?
Who knows, man? I don't listen. I rarely listen to anything new. There are certain bands that I really like, but they're still older. I like anything Three Doors Down, 3 Days Grace with their old singer coming back and joining new. I like the heavier stuff. She doesn't care for the heavier stuff as much. You're going to guess Bieber. No, I don't think she likes Bieber. Yeah, it's good morning, Maggie. It's just a function of an iPhone. You just go in and really the easiest thing to do if you have an iPhone is to watch videos. That's why I talk. That's why when I talk about it's I use the Android phone all the time. When I'm inside messing with it last night, I was surfing and playing with the iPhone. I mean the Android. I like the Android phone better, but for work, you know, En route only works on an iPhone. That's my favorite mapping program. There's not for the money, for the price, there's not an equal on Android. Um, and then whenever I call Harlan, did I tell y'all the news that Harlan has an iPhone now? After years and years of me telling Harlan because he doesn't care anything about a phone, he just wants it to work. I'm like, dude, you just need an iPhone. And he was insistent on Android, but evidently it's because I didn't have boobs. Imagine that, Todd. To get Harlan to change phones, you needed boobs. So he's got an iPhone now. But the interesting thing about iPhone that I don't know if you've got iPhones, what are y'all not doing this? So iPhone has but I think with iOS 17, Andy, I'll read your message in a minute. If you go to your own contact, you can set a your own contact poster. So that means every time you call somebody with an iPhone, even if they've got a picture set up in your contact, this is the picture they see. And so I had to call Harlan because every time I call somebody, it turns out I'm Captain Caveman. That's the picture anybody sees if I call them. It'll say Scott Zilke. So, but you can make it any picture you want. Uh, so yeah, I need to be better about changing that picture to other crazy. Because I've got one of these boxes right here. I've got a blonde wig. I think I'm gonna be a blonde in one of my next pictures. Um, I bought it just for that. That's what happens when I get in a thrift store. I just buy stuff, just stupid stuff. Tashes, I heard, is a memo similar to our YouTube icon. Johnny did that for a while, but yeah, it's the iPhone works better for me at business. So can you do these things? You can do all these things with Android, but and go through Google. So I would suggest that a Pixel 9, that lineup, those phones, because they work better with the operating system because Google owns the operating system. But I just find that, and also I don't have to answer Joni a million times. Where are you at? So you can just look at the location to figure out where I'm at. And even when she's asked me where I'm at, I'm like, did you not? You can just look at your phone. It tells you where I'm at. And she likes FaceTime every now and then, so it makes her happy that she can do those things. And so that's why the main phone is an iPhone. It's not that I like it any better; it just works better. And then if I'm taking pictures, just to drop pictures is amazing. Let me go get the other the Android phone. It's over here charging. I've got one program for you, Android. If you're mixed, Keith, what's up?
So far, Scott's talked about everything I don't understand.
What? Hold on, let me check this.
I don't do any of that.
Hey Keith, you're a mod. Drop the link to the Discord in there, so in case somebody wants, I don't have a link to it, but Pitco is the one that has really created
Discord.
the Discord. Who knew somebody from England could be so smart? That's terrible, isn't it? I can't read this phone. What is the name of the program I'm looking for?
Yeah, I got on that Discord and I keep forgetting to check it or look at it.
Don't turn the notifications on because it just dings a lot. Okay, so here's a program. So if you use an Android but you have a Mac, the one thing I was watching a video the other day, and the one thing that I for this phone, I take a lot of my pictures with this one because I'll tell you in a second. Um, there's that little green dot right there. It says local send. I don't know if you can read that or not. It's that one right there. It's called Local Send. It comes up and says cute pair or some shit. Um, but it works as same as AirDrop. So it'll drop to any if the other computer has Local Send on it. They will attach via Bluetooth, and they will or Wi-Fi, either one, and it will drop pictures, photos, files from a phone to a computer or a computer to a phone. All you have to do is download Local Send on both the phone and the computer, and it works just like AirDrop. I've been using this for the past 3 weeks with this phone because this phone will also do. Um, this is an Android, starting with I think the S10 or the S9. They have a feature called Secure Folder. I've talked about this before. See it right there. When I click on Secure Folder, it's going to ask for the fingerprint. So we put the fingerprint on there. There's an extra eBay app in there. If y'all see it, that eBay app runs like in its own environment. So that eBay app I can run that eBay app on a second store, and so whereas the one on the outside, that's a good notification. See, the one on the outside has a notification, that eBay right there in the middle. I don't know how bad this camera's doing this morning. The eBay that means I've got a notification of a sale. But if I go back into Secure Folder, hey, that one ain't so shit. That's the second eBay store, but that's the easiest way on the phone because I think the app has more features than using the browser. It's too hard for me to use the browser. It's also real small. Todd, tell them how old we are. We can't see shit.
What? I'm half deaf too. What?
Yeah. So that allows you to drop things over. The Samsung allows you to see 2 accounts, which is amazing. American Legend. So if you wanted to just if you wanted to make your PC have AirDrop, and you're not using Google Photos and you don't want to go through Dropbox, if you had Local Send on both of those, you could send pictures across without having to use cards and all that stuff. It'd work on a PC. It'd go Android to PC as well. I sold something this morning. I guess we could look on here and tell what it was. We sold. Maybe not. No, that was last night. I haven't sold anything this morning. That was a December 31st. So that Local Send, and how I found Local Send was I watch a lot of you tech guys, and one of the videos I watched was best apps for the year, and Local Send was mentioned, and then I watched another video the next day, and it was a guy saying a 10-year Apple user moves to Android. I'm like, okay, interesting. I'll watch it. And he's like, I thought I'd missed AirDrop. And the reason why I don't miss AirDrop is because of Local Send. And so I'm like, okay, that's back-to-back days of 2 videos telling me about Local Send. I should probably check it out. And sure enough, I was using Dropbox. The Dropbox is a pain in the ass because you have to upload it and then download it. And sometimes the file doesn't download. It downloads as a PNG, and sometimes eBay doesn't want to deal with it. But Local Send just does it. I mean, it's been very nice. So, all right, that's all the tech you get for the day. But there's a way to do something. I'm telling you, there's a YouTube video. Somebody's made a YouTube video about how to do it, and but that's the reason why I like the Android too, is because I can check both. I can check all 3. I can check eBay. I can check Amazon. I can check Bonanza. Both eBay accounts. Everything at once. And Jacob, who was in the chat this morning, good morning there, young fella. He says there's a way to put a third app on this Android. A third copy of an app for a login. So once I start the third eBay store, I'll get him to tell me how to do that, and then I'll tell you how to run 3 versions of the same app on an Android phone. You use Zoho Work Drive. So American Legend, I'm not going to tell you you're wrong. I'm not going to tell you I'm right. I'm going to tell you this. If it works for you and it keeps your workflow going, absolutely use what you're doing. But there are a lot of people out there who have Android phones and MacBook or Apple products, and the easiest way to get your ability to drop files is local send. But there's too many people want to accept something as the gospel, and if it works for you and it works in your workflow, I like hearing other ideas, and I will try other ideas. But most of the time, if I'm used to it, I stick with it. You cannot teach an old dog new tricks. You can't even make an old dog listen to you talk. Isn't that right, Todd?
What?
See? But old dogs do drink Diet Coke on the first of the year.
Amen.
I tried to give up some things this year, but yeah, Diet Coke's not one of them.
Yep. I actually cleared out the treadmill and walked a mile yesterday. I'm like, yes, I'm
No
gonna get
kidding.
healthy this year.
Hey, Glenn, that's awesome, man. Very, very nice. Very, very nice.
The treadmill
So,
hadn't been used in a long time. There was all this dust and crap all over it I had to clean off.
so my challenge for today is I'm going to list some today. I picked up a couple items that I want to get listed. I'm probably going to list, I don't know, 8 or 10, but also I'm going to spend a few minutes messing with the spreadsheet. I got a feeling I'm going to spend an hour or so working with John's spreadsheet to understand how it works and to get the most out of it. So, Mark, the majority of my van miles are business miles. I just don't. Here's the problem you got. Uh, there's 3 vehicles out there, and if I'm going somewhere, I want to be able to track. It's not just remember, it's not just the van. Uh, this morning I'm going to pick up some items that I have sold at Walmart on Amazon, and I'm not driving the van because I've got to go to Tennessee, which is 24 miles from here. Joni's car gets 33, 34 miles to the gallon. The van gets 19. So for cost effective, I'm going to run up in her little car and grab what I need and come back. She needs gas in her car anyway, so I'm going to fill the tank up. So it kills 2 birds with 1 stone. But how do you add on the fact that I use multiple vehicles? And so I've got the phone. It tracks movement. It tracks any trip, and so I am able to classify trips that I go and when I'm driving a different vehicle that I would just lose almost 50 miles a day if I was only tracking mileage, or I'd be forced to drive the van. I think the van's alternator's going out, so that's another reason why I don't want to drive. I've got the jump box. I won't get stuck or anything, but also I would drive the truck, but the truck brakes, they just came in yesterday. So tonight or tomorrow, I'm going to be replacing the rear brakes and the rear brake lines on the truck. And so then the truck will be going again. So then it'll be back to 3 vehicles. And so tracking multiple vehicles, I'm not. So I'm at fit. I don't know what the current rate is. I'll just say 60 cents a mile. So if I gave up 50 miles times 60 cents, I'm only paying $5 a month for this app anyway, $5.95 or something like that. $55 a year. So there you go. Working on a few chapters of your book. So what are you writing a book about, Chastity? So this is a good point to start. I'm going to go back to listening to. So I've got some. Okay, so do y'all want me to go crazy conspiracy theory on y'all or what? Is it too early in the year to do that?
It never stopped you before.
Okay, so I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, and what's of it? I really right now it's 70 cents. So wow, 70. So look at what I lose if I don't track today's mileage. 50 miles times 70 cents. There you go. Um, I think in the next 4 to 5 years, we'll see the end of the world. I believe Christ is coming back. I just do. And so one of the things that I want to be better at this year is I've tried starting them all the read the Bible through in a year, and I fail about Leviticus and March. Usually the same spot every year. And so today's the first day, but I went on and found um a one that reads. There's a I forget what the guy's name is on uh Father Mike somebody. Uh so I'm gonna try it this way where I listen to the book every day and they'll send you a message every day saying here's the next one, here's the next one. So I'm starting that today. But I also want to get back into it because I felt that I started the year off right last year better with some of the books I was listening to and what I was, you know, thinking about business and thinking about better concepts whenever I was listening to books. And so I'm gonna start that back again. Tamara, please stop spreading disinformation in the chat. I'm gonna have to put you in timeout. Um, so what Tamara is referring to is called the BOI, the Business Organization Information. You file that information at FinCEN, FINCEN.gov. A couple of years ago, Congress passed a business reform where basically they're trying to get information on every single LLC
Ching.
because there are lots of people who do white collar crimes and other kind of crimes that will stack 4 or 5. You hear them on TV shows where they're trying to unwind. It's a shell company. It's an LLC that owns an LLC that owns an LLC, and you don't know who the owners are. And so the government wants to make it easier on themselves to track down who owns each company and who's the principal owner. So they're requiring you, if you own an LLC, to file. Basically, all you're going to do is put in your. There's nothing in there that for most people that they don't already know. It's your personal information. Upload your driver's license and who owns the business. And so parts of that thing they passed were declared unconstitutional, but they're still saying that you have to file as of January 1st, or you're going to be fined so many dollars per day. It's a big number, $250 a day, $50 a day, something. Well, a judge in Texas says, "Hold my beer. I'm putting an injunction on this. You don't have to do it." A week later, the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals, which this was like January 21st, December 21st, says that judge in Texas is on crack. We are reinstating it. You now have until January 13th to get this done. 2 days later, they go, "Our bad. It's off again." So currently, the injunction is in place. Um, I bet that it's going to be declared unconstitutional, and they're not going to be able to do this. But if you're not going to keep up with it, go ahead and file it. It's just simple information. I have not done mine yet because I'm a rebel and I keep up with it. It is the injunction is currently holding for the BOI. So without the injunctions, Tamara would have been right, but because they Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals has taken down and then reinstated the Texas federal district judge injunction on this. So there's Craig. There's the website right there. So basically, if you open an LLC, and I don't know how this affects a single. You really need to talk to somebody who knows how this is. I know LLC and above are required to do it. I don't know about people that have got EIN numbers and stuff, but run as sole operators. I don't think so, but don't trust me on this. Please do your due diligence and research because it could cost you a lot of money. Um, So Tamara says she's not an LLC. She's not keeping up. Okay, awesome. Now that's smart, then, Tamara. But if you have an LLC, so if you opened it in 2024, they gave you 90 days to fill out this paperwork. But if it was before 2024, they gave you the end of the year. And so it is still currently, if it, when it read, I'll keep mentioning it. If they change it or if they do the injunction, I'll make a video saying, hey, it's lifted. You got 2 weeks to file it. American Legend, you and me both. I think a lot of Clarence Thomas, he's got a lot of weight on his shoulders that he is holding up the conservative side. Craig, I don't want to do anything the government tells me to do whenever they're doing it. If you understand the government, and they're just they're doing this, they do a lot of unconstitutional things, and this is one of them. Just think about the government and how evil they are. Those bastards killed 3,000 New Yorkers and knocked down the Twin Towers to turn us into a security state because they wanted to spy on you. How fast? They had not even started hardly cleaning up the area till they had, look at this, magically we've got the Patriot Act. Let's just roll this out and look what it lets us do to Americans. Go back in the 90s and look at Oklahoma City and go, wait a minute. So you're telling me the FBI office, nobody was there the day it blew up? And lots of other offices, people weren't there? Are you serious? Look at how many people, especially of the Jewish variety, that didn't show up to work on the Twin Towers. Go look into these theories and you'll go, wait a minute. Something must have happened. Oh, wait a minute. You mean Building 7 didn't get anything wrong with it and it fell like somebody had a demolition crew on it? Imagine that. There's they'll sacrifice Americans to get what they want. You see the red laser dot on her forehead? So there you go. So that's why I want, even though they already have my information, they have it all because I use an EIN number and all that stuff, and I file taxes under the corporation, and I'm the only one there, and I'm the only. The hell with them, damn it. So Peddling Profits, her accountant said, hold off. I don't think they're going to get this one through, folks. Everybody I've listened to says that since parts of the bill have already been declared unconstitutional, they think the rest of it will be too. So there's your conspiracy theory for 2025 right there, Ty.
Yep.
And yeah, hell, look where Ty lives. If we'll go to Daily Plaza, and if you think a single shooter took out, that's another. They killed the president of the United States because he was going against the CIA and he wanted to disband the CIA and tear it into a million pieces. What will they not do? The CIA is an evil, corrupt, and they're probably coming out. I am not suicidal. Don't let him say he offed himself. He would never off himself. There you go. I believe they sunk the Titanic on purpose, Tom. We had the Federal. That's another great one. Why do we have the Federal Reserve? How many people did they kill in the Titanic to sink the Titanic to give us the Federal Reserve System? Look into the meetings down in whatever island that is down there in Georgia, right? And who wasn't there? The main people that were against the Federal Reserve. Let's all get on the boat and take the Titanic. All the people that were for the Federal Reserve go, I'm sick. I don't feel good. We're not going to make it. And they got off the boat or didn't make it to the boat. Imagine that. And the rest of them die. Come on. These are not accidents, folks. Oh my God. The next thing we'll have to tell you is if you start looking around your city, this is a new one here, by the way. look around your city and do a little bit of reading and research and understand uh, these big buildings and all this stuff that they supposedly built in the turn of the century between late 1800s, early 1900s, where they built these massive skyscrapers and all these buildings that were only around for 20 or 30 years, supposedly, and they used World's Fairs and those kind of things to show, oh, we built this temporarily built this as a World's Fair. Folks, we were still in horse and buggies. We didn't have enough. There are lots of these buildings that, you know, they'll tell you that this cathedral they worked on for hundreds of years, but in the 1880s they'll go, we built it in a year. Yeah. Jekyll Island. Yeah, look into the amount of and the population. The population of look at some of these city halls and stuff they built. A population of 20,000 people, and they built a city halls that were supposedly built these things in 2 years that were took up city blocks. And you go, wait a minute, there are not enough people to support any of this. What do you mean? And they made all these buildings that had all this. They looked just like they were from Europe. They had all this beautiful stonework and stuff. Where they found all these stonemasons to do this, and then the next thing they do is chop all that off to make the buildings look modern. Y'all look into that. It's crazy. It's crazy. A lot of these buildings were here. I don't care what history they tell you. So you're going to tell me the Mormons barely made it to Salt Lake and how they horse and buggy and across the country and all the ruts and all the stuff, and they get there and the first thing they do is build these beautiful, most immaculate temples you've ever seen. Right. Okay, Chastity. They didn't have anything else to do. But so how did they learn all these skills then? Remember, we're told these are plain common folks who are just trying to eke out a living, barely equipped to make it across the country. That's what you're told. Anyway, that's my latest obsession, by the way. There's a whole group of folks out there make all kinds of videos on that stuff. It's a rabbit hole you don't want to go down. You don't want to go down. I don't have any reefer. What are you talking about? And I have no carbohydrates starting tomorrow.
I thought today was the first.
I know, but I don't want to start that on the first because I don't want it to be a New Year's resolution. If it fails, it's not a New Year's resolution. Right.
There you go. Yeah.
But it's really think about your business and think about what you want it to be. What does it take? There's an answer to everything. I really think tracking results is going to make me better this year. John, eBay has been making some terrible decisions lately. I 100% agree with that. Remember, they are making decisions based for their stockholders. They don't care anything about you. eBay's lucky to be here. American Legend, you got one problem with that, is they were such a pioneer on the internet for the first 15 years. They have billions of dollars in cash. And that is the one thing that they're an immovable object because of their financial position. They are the financial position that eBay finds themselves in is very tough. And there are ebbs and flows. The one thing doing this for the last 10 years that you can see is, especially with eBay, not as much Amazon. Amazon is a juggernaut that gives two shits about you. Is eBay will flow one way where they feel more customer oriented, then they'll come back and feel more seller oriented, It just so happens they're on the customer side right now, and they kind of sway back and forth. The more disturbing part to me with eBay is how much money they charge for their services now. That it, you just you just wonder how much more can they bleed out of sellers. Because I make decisions now on some items where to sell them based on fee structure. Because I understand to sell an item on eBay is if you do any kind of promotions whatsoever, it's almost always cost you more than it does on Amazon. If you're doing FBM, if you're doing FBA, that's another man. They are making FBA difficult for the small seller right now. But FBM is still a very viable option.
Boom, boom, boom.
Tom, I'm not anti-shareholders. I think that they deserve return and those kind of things, but you can't make short-term decisions. So what if your stock goes down? I understand the CEO is the one that's gonna his ass is a sling, but you can't make a decision that'll hurt the brand, hurt the business long term, just to make yourself look good for a second. Yeah, the problem is every time I don't use any kind of promoted listings, man, your sales drop and nothing. It's awful. Well, buyers don't understand shipping. I had a person reach out to me. They're wanting to know, you know, about something about when it's going to be shipped. I'm like, it'll be shipped in the morning. Thank you very much. And could you check and see if there's anything you can do about the shipping price? I charged them $18.95 to ship this item, and it was a larger item. I forget what the item was. So I sent her a message back. I'm like, ma'am, even with my 30% discount, it cost me $21.07 to ship this from Alabama to Washington State. Thing weighed like 8 pounds. It was like 16, 12, 10, 8 or 10 pounds going from Alabama to Washington State. And I'm like, if I didn't get a discount for using certain sites, if I took this into the post office and just paid for it, it's over $30, man. It's cost me extra to send this to you. I didn't hear anything else from her.
Yeah. Buyer asked me, yeah, I'll buy this if you'll make the shipping $1. I'm like, it's 4 ounces. I don't know where you want me to send it where it would be $1. I said just buy some stamps and send it to me. I'm like,
I haven't seen a lot of videos. Well, I don't watch a lot of reselling videos, so there's that. UPS changes tomorrow. Does anybody know what UPS change? And Jacob, don't answer. I don't know if you know this or not. There's a big change on UPS starting tomorrow. It should be reflected on all your websites when you're purchasing shipping. Does anybody know what it is? I'll show you what. While y'all were answering, y'all look at him.
I think that thing said it loves me. I love you.
All right, you sit down.
Oh, he went, oh.
I don't care if you know where I live. That right there goes away. That right there goes away. What is that?
QR code. What are you pointing to?
That goes away. I'm sure they'll come out with something different because they're talking about them doing the last mile themselves and them coming up with a cheaper. But UPS Ground Saver goes away tomorrow. Did anybody know that UPS Ground Saver disappears tomorrow? They did not renew the contract. I don't know who didn't renew it, whether it was the post office, whether it was UPS. but that contract was not renewed, and so there is no such thing as UPS ground safety. So that's the change with UPS tomorrow. I'm sure they will announce something in the coming weeks for replacing it.
How does that help UPS?
UPS ground saver was not overpriced. For the most part, Phil. It was a lot of times using Pirate Ship. It's cheaper than Ground Advantage. So I didn't get any upcharge on UPS. I got the one crazy one on FedEx. I didn't get any on UPS. I still haven't got any on UPS. UPS has been pretty solid, but I'm very careful with UPS. I round up on everything, and so somewhat certain. Welcome to the show. You think those are all UPS packages that they're going out tomorrow, and they're all ground saver.
Hmm.
Those are all ground saver packages going out tomorrow. Mm. Yeah, ground advantage did go up. You rounded up too. And a lot of them, if I'm unsure, I'll change if it looks like it's like that close, like 4 inches, and should I make it 5? I'll put the 5 in there, see if it changes the price, and if it doesn't, I'll make the 5. I think there's issues with the way the lasers and the computers work. I think this is where we get trapped in those kind of. Hey Sue, good morning. Good morning. But it's so shipping's going to change a little bit. Price is going to change a little bit. So what does that mean for you as a business owner? Pay attention, especially if you're like me and somewhat certain who use a lot of it. You understand that it could be even if it's 5 or 10%. Those kind of things have a significant uh, trickle down right to your profit, and you're losing profit. And so that's why I think me tracking profits much more closely will really keep me in tune to any changes I need to make. I also want to, I don't know if John's spreadsheet does it or not. I need to check and see, but very curious. I want to track shipping paid versus shipping charged to see Amy, I'll see if I can find it. There was an article I saw about it. I hope they were wrong, but I'll look and see it. If I do, I'll post it in the comments. I hope I'm wrong. I hope y'all can come back and say, Beard, you're an idiot. I'm like, good, because I still using the same shipping. Where was I at when I saw that? That I don't know. Anyway, I don't have time to. I don't have time to look for it right this second. Amy, I hope you're right. I hope I'm wrong. Yep, spreadsheets are free. They do cost nothing. LibreOffice, I've used it for a while. But this past year, I tried to do everything on the Mac, so I use their spreadsheets, and they'll open Excel and stuff too. So Pirate Shift does have very, very good customer service.
Hey Scott, Grumpy Grandma's complaining that you didn't put the link in the Facebook chat. Facebook.
I did.
No,
How did
it's not
Todd
there.
find it then?
I found it in the chat, on the YouTube chat.
I'm about to go to. Oh, maybe I didn't hit enter. I was wondering why Tom was talking to me in the chat. All right, Tom, does this make you feel better?
I'll be real fucking
Real
gentle.
gentle.
What the fuck's he saying?
Mm. I
God
didn't hit
bless.
enter. It was still sitting there. I didn't hit enter. Yeah, and there's another one too, American Legend. OpenOffice.ai has got a good
Oh,
has got a good one too.
we
Y'all are
got
just
all.
in time because I was only gonna do an hour and I forgot to put the link in the group, so y'all got like 4 minutes. So
What the you suck.
you got 4 minutes.
It don't matter. Listen, I got AI. I can repost this across the world.
All right, so we're
So you're not hungover, Grumpy?
Shit, I was in bed at 7:15.
I know you announced that on Facebook. I'm going to bed.
hey, this is just for you. This is for you, Anissa.
Use that properly. I hate that bastard. I do. Use that properly.
You guys so arrogant, and you got nothing to be arrogant about.
Not George Michael, the asshole that fell out the car.
That's what I'm talking about.
I found a new toy.
So, Axe Monkey, you're 100% correct. So if you're looking to try Resell Genie, there's a link down below to give you, I think, a free month or a discount. They are very, very good for the information that you get. Maybe I need to get better with that. I need to
Maybe
reach
you
out
ought
to
to get
them.
better about posting a frickin' link.
Bye.
I don't need this kind of negativity first thing in 2025.
Wait, this show's been going on for a while and we're just now finding out. Is that it?
Well, yeah, when I put the link in there, I didn't hit enter.
Dumbass.
I didn't hit enter.
To back up
Oh.
just a bit, just to back up a little bit, back to your conspiracy theories, there is a good YouTube video about the theory that the Titanic was not actually the Titanic, it was the Olympic.
The Olympic and the Titanic is still around. Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
No, both of them are gone now because they scrapped the Olympic.
They scrapped the Olympic, yeah. So there's no evidence of it. Yeah,
Yeah.
for those of you who don't know, there were twin sister ships, and a lot of people think the Titanic was not the one that sank, but it was the other one.
Yeah, because the Olympic had been in a couple of accidents and it tilted to one side. And actually, since they've been down to the Titanic, what the hell is wrong with you people this morning? Sorry. One of the letters on the bow of the ship that says Titanic is falling off, and there's an O up under it. So
Okay. First
check
of all,
it out.
I have to jump in here. Tom,
Yeah.
I now know what's wrong with you. You
What?
identify the freaking cat, calling them people.
They are. They're my children. They love me more than my wife and kids do.
Well, shit, that's easy.
Anyway, it's a good video. It's a long one. Yeah, if you're interested in that kind of stuff, I know.
American
I need
Legend,
to
you're
be
100%
nice about
correct.
it.
Everything we've been told is a lie.
And you know,
you want to go down another one? When did the Romans? When did the Roman Empire go under?
no idea.
It didn't. They rolled themselves into to the Catholic Church and Roman Emperor became the Pope. It never ended, folks. History is not what you think it is. Tell him, Steve.
All right.
Bigfoot's an alien. We know that. Damn it.
Bigfoot
I
is
got out of
real.
a conspiracy theory a couple years ago. I'm done with it.
Man, please,
Man, let me tell you
But
something.
I'm only done with it publicly though.
folks. If y'all don't know about Steve, he's lucky that his lovely wife is still with him. Just over the holiday, she was involved in a bad car accident. Mother-in-law is still in the hospital, so any prayers would be greatly appreciated.
Just do me a favor and don't post about it on Facebook. She doesn't.
No, we're not gonna put. But it's
Not
just
you. I mean anybody.
yeah. Don't. But just request prayer. You don't know when it's gonna be your last day, folks. You just don't know. You know. I mean, I was mad at Dusty for 2 weeks, and he dies in those 2 weeks. What the hell? Or 3 weeks, whatever it was. He gets. We have to get a call from they just found mom dead in her bed. That was the worst estate sale ever, by the way.
Mm.
Ever. You never know, folks. You know, 2025. Get rid of all these little things. If you care about somebody, let them know. Let little petty bygones be bygones. Most of this stuff that people get mad about are not worth. They can't get out of their own way because of their own pride.
Yep, you never know when your time is up. I've said it before. A friend of mine came in from work. His wife told him to sit down in his chair while she went and got him a glass of tea, and by the time she got back, he was dead. He just stopped living. They never
You're
put-
right. You never know when your time's up. Look at Tom. His time was up 5 years ago, and he's still around.
You know
Yeah,
what? Aren't you older than I am, John?
No.
No, John's only what 58. Yeah, John's barely older than me.
Damn, he's lived a rough life then.
No, I was ridden hard and put away wet.
I believe it.
I was about to say that exact same thing, John. That's funny.
Y'all got to remember that Todd is older than I am. So
Hey, also understand that, you never know what's going to happen. I didn't get one cancer diagnosis in my family. I got 2 in 7 days. And a third family member that needs a lung transplant, that could possibly need a lung transplant. He's 32, 32 years old. I mean, and it all happened within 7 days. We found out all 3. My mom did well in surgery Monday, though. She had breast cancer, and she had to have her one breast removed, and they did a big reduction to try and balance it out. She's 79, so she's like, I don't care. I'll walk around lopsided.
I'm not laughing about that. I'm laughing about. I used to watch Royal Pains, and when there was this rich lady that had a problem with one of her breast enlargements, the saline was draining out, and she called it a flat tire. And the doctor says, "Do I look like AAA?" Anyway, that's what I was laughing about. I've got a sister-in-law that's had a double mastectomy due to it, so it's serious, serious business. And the transplant thing, livers are bad enough. Lungs,
Okay, so
that is insane.
There is good news this morning. So,
There's always good news.
Ron called me yesterday. So they know Ron Harbor, Harbor's Hope. Wonderful human being. Even though I stay mad at it during football season because we give each other complete total hell like friends should do. I sent him a message the other day saying, "Yeah, how hard it is to be an A&M fan. Holy crap!" And because they lose in the last minute again for like the 3rd time this year. He called me yesterday. He goes, "You see how it feels now?" I'm like, "It sucks." Is what we both can turn the page this year. But so he moved from near Houston to Austin, and so he's been trying to get rid of a kidney stone. And so he's like, I finally got all my doctors moved over, and my new doctor says did y'all not try medicine? He goes, no, he just wanted to immediately cut on it. And I've been waiting for 18 months to get cut on. He goes, I think that in 3 to 4 weeks with the right medicine, that kidney stone will be gone.
Scott, Todd,
Didn't
did
even
you
know
say
they
that
had
thing was like
medicine for that.
18 millimeters or something like that?
Yeah.
But
Shooter marble.
they're very confident that the medicine will dissolve this one, and which is amazing for Ron. He's had several transplants and he's been through a lot. So not to be cut on again because he is very fearful that how many times can he get cut on before the next one's your last one? So he's
how old is Ron? Is he our age or is he young?
He's older than you. Ron's about 70, isn't he?
He's about my age, 69. Yeah.
In that area.
Well, at
All right,
that age, you don't want to be doing surgery anyway. At my age, I don't want to be doing surgery.
Yeah, he counted up his surgeries, and he was around 60 surgeries.
Yeah, 60.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that was good news for Ron. Most people know Ron, so that was really. He told me that yesterday on a phone call. I'm like, man, that's outstanding, dude.
I'm going to measure 18 millimeters. Holy Lord.
Yeah, you don't try passing that. I swear.
Anissa, does anybody have an update on Kimberly?
That is 18 millimeters.
How is Kimberly doing?
That's as big as my finger.
You seem to be an expert at measuring millimeters there.
Yeah, that's why, Scott, it goes this big. No, it needs to be bigger. I thought it would go bigger.
Raise your hand if you believe that.
There's only one person that needs to.
Mm-hmm.
She is out of ICU and she's in normal room now.
I think we're in for a challenging year for the first 8 or 9 months. There's a lot of folks. If you don't understand how dire the country is in right now, just listen to what Janet Yellen and all the bullshit she's been saying, and how they financed all this money they gave that they funneled to Ukraine to all the rest of these politicians. Is they, instead of using long-term bonds, they use short-term bonds, and I believe in the next 3 to 4 months, Trump is going to have to deal with redoing or handling 3/4 of the amount of our bond issue because of the way. I mean, they did this on purpose. It really makes you understand. They put this ticking time bomb there, and then they go, you know what? Let's put that idiot to run against Trump, knowing she's going to lose because we got a surprise for Trump.
But you know what? As Roberta and I were discussing yesterday, because we do have intellectual conversations, believe it or not, Trump's team, the day that after he says "I do,"
is he getting married?
No, well, whatever I will, I agree to, whatever. Those guys have already got their offices will automatically start putting stuff in order. I really believe that these guys are not a bunch of yahoo politicians. They will be getting things straightened out real fast. Like
that is the hope for sure.
I just want to make sure he sound like my house. I just want to make sure he makes that daggum Social Security non-taxable.
he gone.
I want that extra $200 a month.
The terrible thing is I can still hear him clattering around in the background.
Or he starts collecting Social Security this year.
In this one, Steve, you can talk because I can hear you in the background.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah,
and you did say that, didn't you?
And see, we can see who's in the green room.
You can hear him in the off stage.
Yeah,
I have these. A few years ago, Dollar Tree was selling these little, I forget, wall pocket type things, and I put my tools and stuff in them.
See how that's working out.
Sharpies and stuff. Well, every once in a while, one of them falls off the wall. That's what happened.
If they only made something like 2-sided tape, they wouldn't let that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could have done that, I suppose.
You know, and if it had like about an eighth of an inch piece of foam in between the two
You
pieces
missed
of tape.
you missed this shit, didn't you? I haven't been on the show in a while.
We ain't
Ain't
had
nobody to mess with.
Hey Sue, hope you're doing well.
I'm not going to be around much this month.
Where you going now?
I just got home. I got to go by that factory, manufacturing plant.
Where in China?
No,
I thought you already did that.
Tom,
Ohio.
Grumpy's not going to be around.
Bitch had nothing to drink last night. What'd you do? Go sober last night, dude?
Who, me?
You.
You know, how long have you known me? If I drink, I'm usually on this show. I haven't had a drink of anything since the last live show I was on a Friday night. You know, I'm not a person. I didn't even have my first drop of alcohol until I was 19 years old. I could take or leave alcohol.
Grumpy, is it John? Is it an ongoing factory, or are you starting it up from scratch?
It's in production right now.
Okay.
I sold close to 30,000 units the fourth quarter. I had a great fourth quarter. I hit a lot of. I broke a lot of records this fourth quarter. A lot of I set a lot of personal best to retire today. Yes, I am officially retired, boys and girls.
So that means reduced workload, John?
I haven't touched anything in. Lori got up this morning and said, "What were your numbers last year?" I said, "I don't know. I'm retired. I haven't looked."
John, is any of your children involved, or y'all's children involved in your business?
I got our youngest daughter, Lori's youngest daughter, is just starting, and I really want to put her in charge of social media because she's so young. And with all this AI stuff out, she could really do things for the company. My brother runs all my warehouses, and my sister is coming on board. Supposedly, she's going to run the other side of the company, what I normally do.
Right.
And then I have my brother-in-law that does the finance.
Who's going to run the plant?
That's a whole nother company. That's
I mean,
a whole. Nobody in my family will be involved in that.
Is management staying on, or
Yeah,
part of
everybody's under contract for 2 years.
Cool beans.
Anybody in management or decision making is under contract for 2 more years.
Okay, that's good. Be sure slap that "Made in America" on
Mark.
on that thing.
Well, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how I'm going to do it because I may have to run with 2 different products because it's in high demand in Canada, and there's no sources in Canada. It's in Whole Foods. This product's in Whole Foods right now. Once I have everything signed, I will announce what the product is because I've had people ask me what the product is, where can they buy it. It is in Whole Foods.
I thought it was big girl panties, but okay.
No, it's not big girl panties.
So this is something that it's not like an Amazon exclusive or something like that. This is on the shelves in stores.
Yep.
So if you want to try and compete with it, give it your best shot, type thing.
Yeah. And one of the first things I'm doing is creating 2 UPC codes. One UPC code for retail and one for Amazon. This way you can't go buy the product in a retail store and try and sell it on Amazon.
Are you going to?
You won't be able to match the UPC code. And with Amazon's new rules that started early in December, you can't add a product unless you're a brand owner.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
You can't make a bundle unless you're the brand owner. You can. There's a lot of things you can't do now with listings unless you're the brand owner. So it's an exciting year for me. I mean, I feel I'm stressed.
I forgot I was muted. I'm over here talking, and I was muted. Happy New Year.
Lex says, Uncle John, how about bring him on in a position?
I already have a talking monkey.
Oh, look at all these cords on my desk.
Philip's asking me, John, how are you dealing with Amazon's lost inventory rules? You just got listen. Shrinkage is part of this business, whether it's theirs or mine or whatever. Now, being the manufacturer of this particular product, the lost inventory rules are going to not be as bad. It does hurt a lot of people. Definitely hurts a lot of people. But I don't have a real issue with them losing inventory. And I'm saying that, they'll lose close tomorrow. Scott knows this about me. If they come out with something, I figure out how to work with them. I don't sit here and bitch about it. I just kind of go with the flow. If my loss ratio gets too high, I'll have to increase prices to cover the losses. That's just how the game's played. I mean, the customer pays in the end. If there's high theft in a retail store, the first thing they do is increase prices in the store. It's not, they put in security, they increase prices. You can't. When you sign up for Amazon, you agree to play by their rules.
Yes, you do.
That's like I got into this AI stuff to automate a lot of things to start cutting overhead. And I got into it and I found out that I can actually basically run my eBay store with AI bots. I can build systems and processes on eBay to answer all customer service emails and never look at eBay and just take the orders.
Eric, you're lucky I made you a mod because you deserve to be in timeout.
Who's Eric?
Tactical Z. He's being he's in Maryland. He's a damn Yankee. Being a Yankee, the chats. I need to ban him for. He needs to be punished so he understands. Yeah, it's the problem is going to get Amazon is the anti-competitive nature. They're going to get taken. They're going to have to come after them and break them up. They have anti-competitive practices, and the thing that they're going to focus on is not only is it bad for the customer, it's bad for business. But will they come and get them before it's too late and they've destroyed folks? If you look around, we are quickly becoming a big box only country. Mom and pops are dying left and right. Small stores. It is hard to compete. I mean, in small town America, they can't compete because customer service. If you know everybody in your 10,000 people town and you deliver outstanding customer service, and that's what you've done. There are certain niches like Glenn is running a family business, but it is so struggle because these companies have destroyed it and they run at a loss in order to destroy you. And the reason they run at a loss is they squeeze us for everything.
Well, when you go into I think Amazon is like Walmart in the fact that if you go into Walmart, 40% of what you see on the shelves is pay per scan. They don't pay for it until it hits the register. If somebody walks out the door with it, that's not anything off of Walmart's back because they don't pay for it till it walks out, until it goes through their register. They don't have to worry about buying inventory. That's what Amazon's headed to. It doesn't have to do nothing except process John's stuff and all these big manufacturers, and probably the supply would probably stay more consistent. That's just my opinion. BS. What are you BSing about?
Eric said he was going to behave this year.
Somebody was asking somebody. I put a post up about AI this morning. Somebody was like, "Oh, I need a second income. I'm thinking about going back on eBay." And I was like, "If I needed a second income right now, I'd be looking at AI. I'd be heavily looking at AI, learning how to operate in AI."
Yes, they will still arrest you for shoplifting if they catch you. But have you seen the fat bastards at the front of that store? They don't chase you for shit. I mean, really.
Oh,
I'm
we
surprised I
have.
hadn't got. I'm surprised I hadn't got stopped yet because if I drag Joni with me and she'll bag and I'll scan and I'll pick it up scan, I'll have the whole fucking basket scanned and she's still trying to get like the third bag and she's carrying on. I'm over there paying for it. She's like, "What?" I'm like, "I've scanned every item in that damn basket."
There's an older lady who works one of the doors at our Walmart, and I do not want to cross that woman. She'd run me down and tackle me if she had to. She's in her 70s, but yeah.
You see where they got the smart driver? They tried to arrest him for shoplifting because somebody complained, and because you guys won't come up and just scan a ticket.
We just scan the register.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen it. People reporting drivers, but 90% of the stores nowadays know. So, oh yeah, that's a driver.
Do you have to inventory stuff before you accept it?
Huh?
I mean, you're talking about where they pull all the stuff and you come in and just deliver it?
I know that I go and shop for it.
Okay.
I do both. I mean, I do curbsides, but no, I don't have to inventory it. I don't. I could look and see what's in those bags, but when
Well, I mean, just if you deliver it to somebody and they say, "Hey, we don't have such and such."
Yeah, it's no skin off my back. They do it all the time.
I want to clarify something because American Legend said something. He says that AI has privacy concerns. You have to understand that the forward-facing, large, what do they call it? Large language processor, kind of like ChatGPT and those types of things. The AI I'm talking about is low code, high demand, personalized usage for certain business types. Like you're going to be able to create a bot to do PPC. Like right now, since last night, I've been able to download a report from Amazon for my PPC keywords. I fed it some data to sort that and give me suggestions. There's a lot of angles in AI. Once you get past the fact that it is only a handgun, meaning it does nothing until you pick it up and pull the trigger, good or bad.
Well, I think the biggest problem they're having right now is they've been violating a lot of copyright in order to learn what they learn.
Yeah, and concerning copyright, a lot of the graphics and stuff like that are not copyright protected.
I have to say though that let's say you're doing AI art, any artist that's out there, real artist, is inspired by other artists, and to me that's all it's really doing. It's being inspired by. It's not stealing directly. It's being inspired by that. That's my take on it. So
It did infringe on a lot of copyrights during its learning process.
maybe in the beginning, sure, but
it's long past that.
You can tell most AI art that's out there today. You can tell immediately it was done with AI. I mean, it's not. It's pretty easy. Not all of it, though. Getting better.
So that's interesting. Pitco says that in the UK they're getting extra light on traffic lights, which is white for the new AI self-driving cars.
I mean, whatever it takes.
Well, I was in San Francisco, and they have driverless cabs now. Now they have boundaries. They can't take you to the airport. They can't go here. They got certain places they can go and can't go. But they have driverless cabs all over the city, and a lot of people are using them.
With Tesla, Musk's idea with his driverless cabs, which aren't out yet, is that you can buy one. Anybody can buy one. It's supposed to be cheap, but it won't be. And then you can rent it out like an Uber, and
So what
it'll go
is
out
cheap
and
when
do
you've
work
got
for you.
billions of dollars?
Well, he wants the price point to be around 30,000.
Yeah,
But I
because
don't
you
think it's
realize
gonna
he lives in a house that
God, that pisses me off.
He always misses the goal with
it pisses me off too. Damn it!
Was that Gwen?
I don't know what
Gwen
Todd
never
did this
uses
morning,
bad
but
words
Green
like
is
that.
mad in 2025.
That's right. We'll never see Todd now because that black eye, we will never see that abuse that's been going on over there.
He has cut some bruises on his hand when he comes back. Well, no.
That's right. But data, there is big, big, big money in data.
Told you that when freaking Elon bought Twitter. I said it from day one since he bought it. He only bought it for the data. He didn't give a shit about free speech. Wow, that was cool.
And I'm tired of looking for something on Google, and then I'll start getting ads on Facebook for the item I was looking at. They all talk amongst each other. You can't afford to pay.
God, if you turn the camera off, you can't give us hand signals if you need us to help to call 911.
That's right.
Oh, glitchy.
Oh, I'm having a seizure there.
That's my signal.
SOS.
The bat signal.
And that's true. Bumcrack said at least you got plenty of Band-Aids, so you should be all right.
That's right. And when he starts bleeding, he can gather it up in the toothbrush holders and see if they can put it back in.
I'm just glad she's pissed off at somebody else instead of me because you heard her.
It's very interesting though that as stuff is being introduced in over here, how many times do I keep hearing the Chinese already do this? The Chinese already do this. It's making X into because they are several generations ahead of us in their dependence on cashless and phones and everything running through their devices. And it's very interesting. If you want to see where we're going, look at their social media and how they're integrated into their finances, and that's where I think he wants to take X.
My mom is 90 years old. Help. Is 90 years old, and she has had a debit card for about a year. She's always written checks or paid with cash. And she said she finally gave up and got a debit card because she'd start to write a check someplace, and the cashier would look at her like, what am I supposed to do with that? They have no concept of using it.
Yeah, my grandmother was prepaying for a funeral and made me drive her to the funeral home every time she wanted to hand the guy a check. He's like, you can just mail this in, right? This was back before. Yeah, I mean, he probably takes electronic payments now, but I mean, she didn't have to do it that way, but stuck in her ways, and she says, "Yeah, I just like coming in," and he's like, "Okay, I guess," but she had to set up an appointment every time she wanted to just pay her bill, even though she didn't have to. She could have just mailed it.
My mom pays all her bills by check. And I'm like, Mom, you could set that up for electronic payment. Roberta can help you set that up. I don't like that. That's just too much information out there. Whatever.
Eric, you're just a pretender. Pineapple is not the code word. It's pineapple juice is your safe word. Damn it. We have to you have to pay more attention. Okay, let's see. Share.
I got to run. I got to
All
take
right.
my granddaughter to the movies.
You might want to walk.
How old is your granddaughter? I thought she was only like 6 months old.
I got one 5 and I got one 3 months old.
My safe word is pineapple juice. Hear that? I'm hot. Don't taste me. That shit just stings. My safe word is pineapple juice. Hear that? It was funny.
That's the funniest video ever. My safe word is pineapple juice.
Yeah.
So, Eric,
I don't think I've ever seen that one.
yeah, look it up on this dude. It's a bounty hunter and this or a bond belt that's trying to get him, and he's run all over the parking lot. Calls him booty man and all kinds of stuff. It's
Oh Lord. I was getting ready to make a joke before he turned his camera off. There is
You can still hear you, so you can still make the joke.
there is a reel of a female bounty hunter, and she's a pretty little slender African American girl. I mean, she looks like she should be a model instead of a bounty hunter.
I'm out of here.
This guy was trying to give her the slip, and she popped him with a taser, the one that has the long cables that pops out of it. And she said, "Bitch, the next time I tell you to stop, you better stop." I mean, she was bad. She's got a bunch of videos on there. And if they were doing that just for the fun of making videos, boy, those boys were really getting zapped.
say it's 2025 is going. The one thing I know is it's going to be next year. If we're happen to be here, we'll be talking about the changes and the difference. If you don't have your head on the swivel, if you don't pay attention to what's going on, you will continue to get further and further left behind. It doesn't mean you have to agree with the changes. It just means, as a business owner, you need to understand the business environment which you operate in. And except Todd doesn't want to change, and he just keeps doing what he's doing, and he's okay with it. But you've got to be okay with whether it changes or not.
Well, first of all, Todd is like all those other boys and girls down in Texas. They got oil wells in their backyard. When they need money, they just
I didn't
go
see
there
one
for
when he was
prescription.
mowing it. It looked like he was burning up an oil well.
He's got enough oil to burn. It don't matter.
Yeah, see, that's it. He just went back there and got him a cup out of the daggum. And this is way off topic, which I'm good at doing. But I did not know that some of those railheads, the things that, they back and forth, some of them things are like 80 years old. They just don't ever quit working. They just keep them lubed up, which I guess they have enough grease on them when they're pumping. But they just never stop working.
Damn,
It's good to
Bassett.
be lubed
How
up.
I'm here quoting REO Speedwagon. You must be 100.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was my nickname in college, Pump Jack.
Jack. Okay. And if any of y'all got Paramount Plus, you've got to watch Landman.
Yeah, because we get it free because of Walmart Plus.
Yeah.
I get it free too because of Walmart Plus, but I get Walmart Plus free. So
You must watch Landman.
You're the second person to tell me that was a good one. I see a lot of clips from it, but I haven't watched it yet.
That is so good. And the last episode, which would have been from this past Sunday, I don't know why they're not doing that already down in Texas. That's all I'm gonna say.
Good, because
I love Billy Bob Thornton. He's one of my favorite actors. So
it's supposed to be a more conservative or more family friendly type show, I guess. I don't know. I haven't seen it though.
What's that?
They said it was supposed to be more of a conservative type show.
It's conservative, but it is not.
Friendly.
It is not family friendly. Believe me.
Chastity says she gets it free because of her mom's Walmart Plus.
Anyway, watch it.
Well, I get it free because of my wife's Walmart Plus. I don't use it. But
like it a lot better than Yellowstone.
I've never
I've only
watched
watched the
Yellowstone.
first season of Yellowstone because that's all that you. The rest of it they want me to pay for, and I refuse to pay for it. Uh-oh, I'm in trouble now.
Why? Is it Fifi? Is Fifi? What's her name? The one that's old.
What's up, buddy? Did you miss me, Phoebes?
Phoebe. That's the one.
2025, fuck y'all.
When it's time for her to go to doggy heaven, we won't see Scott. Scott will be over in the corner crying for them.
I hate
A year.
y'all. I hate the dog next door. I hate anybody that comes over. And everybody best friend. That's how much I think of y'all. Y'all.
Oh, Dixie Belle is the oldest one.
Oh yeah. God, she's about 100.
That's the one I was talking about. That's your dog, isn't it? Or is Phoebe your dog? Franklin's his mama's dog, right?
I already fed you. What more do you want? I hadn't had breakfast yet. Ain't time for a TREAT.
Chastity, these dachshund lovers, I swear, I could watch 24 hours of dachshund shorts and never see the same one over again.
Man, my whole video feed's full of just dachshunds. It's insane.
Dressed up, cute little things.
The craziest one is the lady who has 8 of them, and she dresses up 8 of them and carries off. She's a cute little Oriental girl. I think she's Filipino, but she's got 8 of them, and then another dog too now. I don't know how she gets them to sit still for pictures and all that craziness. And
have you seen the guy that's got the minivan, and he opens the door up, and right inside of it is a little step stool, and he sets it down on the ground, so he's got like 4 or 5 dachshunds, so they can all get up into the minivan, and you don't have to lift them up there. That is a dog. That is a lover of their dogs.
you can't say that word because she knows what that word means. I got him out here, but she ain't getting them. She left the freaking door open. Damn it.
Dogs are like children. You have to take care of them too much. So that's not in my agenda. All right.
I know where Franklin's in there with his mom because she's got the heating blanket turned on.
Damn it, I would be too. I'm cold.
When I got up and fed this morning, Franklin didn't come in there. I had to go get him and pull him out underneath the blanket. All I hear is he goes, like, you don't get your little ass in there, eat your breakfast.
Chastity, we're allegedly going to get a lot of snow at the end of the month.
I thought it was coming like the 10th, like next.
We're supposed to get a lot of snow today.
In the month. It's what I heard. Maybe it is this month. But anyway, we're supposed to get they say we're going to get a lot of snow. But then again, with the Carolinas, they can be calling for 3 feet of snow, and I can walk around out in the yard barefooted in shorts.
Yeah, I think it's next week. We're calling for snow showers here.
If it comes to Atlanta, that's when I get concerned. If it comes from like your direction where it's got to come across the mountains, usually it.
Oh, I know why. Because I'm in Do Not Disturb. Damn it.
I'm sorry for you,
Turn
Tom.
off we have to turn off Do Not Disturb. I'm missing the fun.
All right. Hey, Jabus. I was just using your name in vain.
I'm missing the fun on my phone.
Asking someone to be positive about the weather is like asking them to smile more. It's totally annoying.
Do I have the profanity turned on?
All right. Roberta wants to go out for lunch. I got to go.
Lunch? I guess it is 11 o'clock almost.
Yeah. By the time we get ready and get out of here, it'll be noon. And hopefully everybody's going. Oh, Chastity, Jabus, if you're ever in Rock Hill, the Rock Hill Diner does have good food.
Asking someone
good
to be
service.
positive about the weather is like asking them to smile more. Mild weather is perfect for pansy asses.
We found one positive note about our trip to North Carolina last week.
Where's
We
that?
found a little restaurant called Hillbillies. It's on Route 64 in Morganton. Man, that place was good.
Is it really good?
Good burgers, man. It's just a greasy spoon, but it was really good.
That's the damn best place.
Yeah.
That's usually the best place to eat. There's a place down here that's got foot-long hot dogs, and they make their own chili. Those are the best hot dogs.
Here's what I didn't get, and maybe you can explain it to me before you go, Tom. But
right,
Monday and Tuesday here.
Why the hell do they put coleslaw on everything?
Because that's the way you eat hot dogs in the South.
That is not the way you eat.
I hate coleslaw.
That's the way you eat hot dogs.
They wanted me to put it on my hamburger. I'm like, what?
Well, that too. I like hot dogs with mustard, chili, onions, and coleslaw.
A year or so ago, Barry, Thrifty Santa, and I were out yard selling, and we come across this little hot dog stand, and they wanted me to put coleslaw. And the concept was so foreign to me, I just couldn't bear to try it, but I will eventually.
Yeah, I had a secretary that was from Colorado, and she said, "I can't believe you people eat your salad on your hot dogs."
I know, right?
Has she not seen the Chicago dog? Them things are covered with everything.
But no coleslaw.
Now, if I've got sauerkraut, I like a hot dog with just mustard and sauerkraut on it. But if I don't have sauerkraut, then I got to have it Carolina style. That's it, baby.
I don't eat coleslaw on anything. Ugh.
I don't eat coleslaw, period. But I'm gonna try it one of these days, and then I'll give you guys a review.
Well, you need to you need to do a short.
All right,
I'm gonna start doing YouTube videos again. Maybe even today. I'm thinking about doing one. I had a couple lost mail packages over the Christmas season. I filed USPS claims, and they got paid out. So I'm going to do a video on that.
A good way to end this is dumb customer of the stupid customer. I'm going to show you the product, and then I'm going to read you their. Thank God this thing sold, so I hadn't have to deal with them.
Next show, Tom, I'm going to ask you to explain liver mush to me.
Well, that's some good stuff too, especially with scrambled. Fry that baby up with scrambled eggs.
I like it with eggs, with dippy eggs. I'll mix it together. It's okay.
Kiss your grandma.
All right, so here's the part. It's a Brookstone heated blanket replacement controller, 3-prong.
There you go.
All right, so here's the question. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready for the level of stupidity that this is?
No.
I didn't even answer them. Does this come with the blanket, or is it just a replacement cord? Thanks. Does this come with the blanket? Right then, I just went swipe and okay, let's get their name. This is R_Jason 2003. He has 44 feedback. He is the first idiot of the year. Does this come with the blanket? The replacement controller does not come with the blanket, you dumb MFer.
This is where you need John's idea of AI to reply for your customers.
For more awesome content, like and subscribe now.